Salvete, discipuli, discipula. Today we are going to go through chapter 3. I'm going to read the whole thing out loud, stop and ask you some questions and explain things. Just take the time that sometimes we're a little rushed because we don't have a lot of time in class together. But first I want to talk about the new thing you're going to learn in chapter 3, and that is direct objects. So let me get out of the way so you can see the board. Move our camera down. Let's first of all talk about what a direct object is in English. Okay? The dog bit the boy. Okay. First of all, let's find the verb. What is the action word in this sentence? What is being said? What is happening? Bit. Who is doing the biting? The dog. That's our subject. The dog bit who? Who's it happening to? The boy. That's our direct object. In English, as you can see, the order of the words is really important. Because if I change this around, and some of you have heard me do this, the boy bit the dog. This is a completely different, very weird sentence. The verb is the same. But who's doing the biting? The boy. The boy bit who? The boy bit the dog. Many of our verbs just don't make sense unless we use a direct object. If we say the dog bit, I mean, technically this is a sentence, but it really makes you wonder, well, who did he bite? Words like take, I took. Took what? The direct object completes that idea. Okay? So hopefully, if you're not sure about what a direct object is in English, send me an email, let me know. I think most of you ought to be pretty good on that. It's pretty elementary. Now, in Latin, as we've talked about, they move the words all over the place. And since we've done the genitive case, and you notice that possession is shown by an ending, you might have guessed that direct objects are also going to be indicated by an ending. Direct objects are what in English, or what in Latin we call the accusative case. So let's just talk about these cases. We've learned nominativus, nominative. These are the subject endings. And you have learned the endings I, us, e, ah. I wrote that kind of small. We have learned the genitive endings. Possession. And we have learned that these endings are a and arum and us, e and orum. Remember, in subject case, us and masculine and neuter, have their own endings. Not so for genitive. Our next case is accusativus, the accusative case. This is the direct object. And our endings are or as for feminine. For masculine, we have and os. And you know what? We're not even going to talk about the neuter today. Okay? This chapter doesn't even use the neuter accusative. So let's just hold off on that. I don't think it does. So what we're going to do is we are going to read through the next chapter. But you might want to, before I do it, you might even want to jot this down on a piece of paper. Direct object, or as. So if I said, he saw the island. What did he see? The island, insulam. He saw the islands. What did he see? Islands, insulas. He saw the boy, puerum. He saw the boys, pueros. As we practice, this will get easier and easier, but I'm going to sit down now in front of you. I'll keep this behind me on the board in case I want to refer to it. And let's read through chapter 3 together. These children are not very well behaved. Well, you know what? I don't know if they're different. I'm sure children don't behave like this in your family, but I have known families in which children behave this way, so. All right, let's look together. Get your book and go to chapter 19. At the top, we have a little hint. We have a picture. Julia is apparently singing. La, 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 la. Marcus does not look like he's enjoying it. He's got his hands over his ears. And Quintus is aloof and disinterested. All right. Puer improbus. Capitulum tertium. Puer improbus. Improbus. We'll find out what that means. Scaena prima. Scene 1. Personae, Julia, Marcus et Quintus. Julia cantat. La, 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 cantat. Julia laeta est. Laeta. Laeta. Cantat. La, la. Marcus. Ch. Marcus non laetus est. Marcus. Julia laetus. Marcus non laetus est. Julia cantat. La, 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 la. Marcus non cantat. Julia. La, la. Marcus. Marcus iratus est. Ugh. Non laetus. Oh, iratus. Julia cantat. La, 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 la. Marcus Juliam pulsat. Look in the picture in the margin. Marcus Juliam pulsat. Quis pulsat? Marcus. But who did Marcus hit? Juliam. Do you see it here? Juliam. She's the direct object. Marcus hit who? Marcus hit Julia. Jam Julia non cantat, sed plorat. Plorat. Non laetus, non laeta est. Marcus ridet. Marcus ridet. Quintus. Marcum videt. Quintus videt. Marcum. Quintus sees Marcus. And what did Marcus do? Yeah. Okay. Marcus non videt Quintum. Quintus videt Marcum. Said Marcus non videt Quintum. Quintus. Quint? Marcus puellam pulsat et ridet? Pulsat et ridet? Quintus iratus est. Et Marcum pulsat. Quintus Marcum pulsat. Quia, because Marcus Juliam pulsat. Jam non ridet Marcus. Non ridet. Marcus iratus pulsat quintum. Primum Marcus Juliam pulsat. Quintus est iratus et quintus Marcum pulsat. Nunc Marcus est iratus et Marcus pulsat quintum. Julia. Ubi est mater? Ubi est mater? Julia Aemiliam non videt. Non videt. Ubi est? Et plorat. Julia Aemiliam vocat. Julia vocat Aemiliam. Mater! Marcus quintum pulsat. Julia Aemiliam vocat. Julia calls Amelia. Calls who? Calls Amelia. Marcus iratus. Marcus Juliam pulsat. Quia ursus, again, ursus Marcus Juliam pulsat. Ursus, because Marcus doesn't want Julia to call mom, right? You've just beaten each other up. That's the last thing you want is for your little sister to call mom. You're going to be in trouble. Julia plorat. Et Aemiliam vocat. Mama, Marcus me pulsat. Aemelia venit. Oh, look at the picture. See the foot on the right-hand side? Aemelia venit. This is very bad. Scaena secunda. Second thing. Personae. Aemelia venit. Julia Marcus et Quintus. Aemelia interrogat. Quis me vocat? Quis me vocat? Quintus respondet. Julia te vocat. Aemelia interrogat. Quis me vocat? Quis me vocat? Quintus respondet. Julia te vocat. Aemelia quintum interrogat. Aemelia interrogat quintum. Cur? Julia plorat? Cur? Quintus respondet. Julia plorat, quia Marcus eam pulsat. Eam est Juliam. Est pronoun in the place of Julia. Marcus hit her. Let's look at cur et quia. Cur, Julia plorat, cur? Quia Marcus eam pulsat. Cur Julia plorat? Cur Marcus, cur Quintus Marcum pulsat? Quia Marcus Juliam pulsat. Why? Because. Cur Julia plorat? Quia Marcus eam possat. Emilia, quid? Quid? Puer parvam puellam pulsat? Cur Marcus Juliam pulsat. Cur. Quintus, quia Julia cantat. Marcus non laetus est. Quia Julia cantat. Emilia, oh Julia, mea parva filia. Marcus puer probus non est. Marcus est puer improbus. Probus est bonus. Probus. Improbus. Improbus. Marcus puer improbus est. Quia pulsat filiam. Pulsat sororem. Quintus. Julia puella proba est. Julia est proba. Emilia quintum interrogat. Ubi est Julius? Ubi est pater? Ubi. Non vedio. Ubi. Cur non venit. Cur Julius non venit. Venit. Emilia Julium non videt. Ubi est. Emilia non videt Julium. Respondet Marcus, pater dormit. Est Julius. Julius dormit. Quintus. Okay, so look back. It says, Aemilia quintum interrogat. Ubi est Julius? Ubi est pater? Quintum. Said, Marcus respondet. Aemilia quintum interrogat. Sed Marcus respondet. Pater dormit. Quintus. Mater non te, sed me interrogat. Mater non te interrogat. Marce. Me. Mater me interrogat. Aemilia. Pueri. Ubi est pater? Quintus. Pater non hic est. Sed Marcus hic est. Non hic est non hic est in alio loco. Non hic. Quintus Julium vocat. Pater! Julius quintum non audit. Non audit. Neque venit. Cur Julius quintum non audit? Julius eum, id est Julius quintum non audit, quid dormit. Julius dormit. Non audit. Non audit. Non venit. Dormit. Quintus vocat. Pater. Pater non audit. Pater dormit. Marcus. Pater dormit. Neque te audit. Pater non venit. Quia dormit. Non audit te, Quinte. Quia dormit. Why is Marcus laughing about this? Because when Dad comes, he's going to even be in bigger trouble than he is when Mom comes. And the longer Dad stays asleep and doesn't come deal with this mess, the better off Marcus is, because, frankly, Marcus started the whole thing. Julia's just innocently, cantat, la la, just singing. No. Marcus messed it up. Aemilia. Puer. Aemilia errata est. Mater filium verberat. Tuxtax, verberat. Id est. Spanking. Marcus plorat. Julius eum audit. No jam non dormit, pater. Pater non dormit. Audit Marcum et Marcus plorat. Scaena tertia. Julius Aemilia Julia Marcus Quintus. Familia. Quintus. Pater venit. Pater venit. Aemilia quintum non audit. Quia Marcus plorat. Marcus plorat. Et Aemilia non audit quintum. Quintum. Pater venit. Pater venit. Aemilia non audit. Quia Marcus plorat. Julius quintum videt. Julius videt quintum. Julius videt quintum. Julius sees Quintus, direct object. Eumque interrogat. Eum id est quintum. Eum est pronoun in place of Quintus, him. Ask him. But what is que? Look at the side in your margin. It says et. Eumque equals et eum. Que on the end of a word simply means and it means and comes before that word. Eumque et eum means and. Asked him. Eumque interrogat. Et eum interrogat. Julius sees Quintus and asks him. Cur Marcus plorat. Cur. Quintus respondet, Marcus plorat quia mater eum verberat. Julius said, Cur mater Marcum verberat. Quintus, Marcum verberat, id est mater Aemilia Marcum verberat, quia puer improbus est. Marcus parvam puellam pulsat. Julia, ama, pater hic est. Aemilia Julium videt. Aemilia, tuus Marcus filius improbus est. Tuus filius. Non meus filius. Improbus. Tuus filius improbus est. Julius, puer probus non pulsat puellam. Puer improbus puellam pulsat. Puer probus puellam non pulsat. No. Puer qui parvam puellam pulsat improbus est. Puer improbus est, puer qui parvam puellam pulsat. A boy who hits a little girl is bad, is wicked. Puer qui parvam puellam pulsat improbus est. Julius erratus puerum improbum verberat. Tuxtac. Now, Julius Marcum verberat. Primum mater Aemilia Marcum verberat. Nunc Mater, Julius, Marcum verberat. Marcus plorat. Quintus laetus est, and ridet. Marce. Julia laeta non est, neque ridet. Julia non laeta est. Cur non laeta est Julia? Non laeta est quia Marcus plorat. Oh, Marcus Juliam pulsat, sed Julia non laeta. Pater Marcum verberat. Aemilia Marcum verberat, sed Julia non laeta, non ridet. Julia est puella proba. Puer ridet. Id est Quintus. Puella plorat. Quis est puer qui ridet? Puer qui ridet est Marcus. Primum Marcus ridet. Quis est puer qui ridet? Who is the boy who laughs? There's a quis and a qui here. I just want you to accept them right now, okay? Who is the boy who laughs? And we'll talk about those next week, okay? Puer qui ridet est Marcus. Quae est puella? Quae plorat? Puella quae plorat est Julia. Who is the girl who cries? The girl who cries is Julia. Marcus qui puellam pulsat, puer improbus est. Puella quam Marcus pulsat est Julia. The girl who Marcus hit is Julia. Quam. Do you see this? Quam has our am ending. Look at the words who Marcus hit. Quam Marcus pulsat. Let's just pull those out of the sentence. Quam Marcus pulsat. Let's turn them around. Marcus hit whom? The girl whom Marcus hit. In those three words, Marcus hit whom? Whom is a direct object. Marcus hit whom? Marcus hit the girl. Marcus hit whom? Whom is the direct object. It has a direct object ending. Look on the side. Quem and quam. Puer quem Aemilia verberat. The boy whom Aemilia spanked. Puella quam Marcus pulsat. The girl whom Marcus hit. We will also talk more about that next week. Julia Aemiliam vocat. Aemilia, quam Julia vocat, mater liberorum est. Aemilia puerum verberat. Puer quem Aemilia verberat est Marcus. Quem vocat Quintus? Whom does Quintus call? Quintus Julium vocat. Julius quem Quintus vocat, pater liberorum est. Julius quintum non audit. Quem audit Julius? Whom does Julius hear? Julius Marcum audit. Puer quem Julius audit est Marcus. Puella quae cantat laeta est. Puella quae plorat non laeta est. Puer qui puellam pulsat improbus est. we have just, at the end of our chapter here, met quim and quam. Let me put this on the board. As direct objects. Quem and quam. These mean whom. Whom is a direct object. So, let's do a couple of these in English, okay? Here, let me just sit down. Okay. The dog who bit the boy is bad. All right, let's look at this. Who bit the boy? You see how I can just take that out and the dog is bad? Just makes a complete sentence, right? But I put in there an explaining phrase. Who bit the boy? Let's take a look at this. We're going to forget everything outside of the parentheses. Who bit the boy? Verb is bit. Who's doing the biting? The who. It's the subject. Who bit who? Who bit boy? In this little section of our whole sentence, we have a little mini sentence. And it has a subject and a verb and a direct object. But I'm going to take this away. Look at this. The boy whom the dog bit is crying, is sad. Whom the dog bit. Let's take that part out. The boy is sad. It's a complete sentence. Let's look at our little mini sentence. What's the verb? Bit. Who bit? The dog. Dog bit whom? Direct object. This is why when we do this sort of sentence, we need a direct object, who or whom. In this sort, we use the qui or quai as a subject. It's nominative. We will talk about this much more next week. Okay, so do not worry if you don't have it all right now. Don't worry about that. You will. But this is the difference. And I want you to just try to understand the difference in English. Okay? That you can see the difference between who bit the boy, who bit boy, subject, verb, direct object. Whom the dog bit. Dog bit whom. Now the whom word is a direct object in its little miniature side sentence, side clause. All right? Here's what I'd like you to do. I'm going to put this in the email accompanying the link to this. But please, before we meet again next week, please read through this chapter and listen to the video, the accompanying video where it's read aloud for you at least 4 times. At least 4 times. You don't have to do any written work. I want you to just try to understand what's going on and get used to these new endings, and then we will talk about them more, and we will probably read together the next colloquium personarum in class together and go over that. All right, great. See you next week. Bye-bye. Vale.